Welcome to Gabe in the kitchen. Sorry for shouting. Today, we're making the most delicious lollipop chicken. Okay, so we'll start by lollipopping our chicken, and it's a lot easier than you might think. So all we need to do is, first of all, get rid of the skin. We don't need the skin in this recipe. We're not making anything crispy here. We're just doing maximum flavor and juiciness. To get rid of the skin, you literally just pull it right off. If it gets stuck on the end, don't worry, we're gonna chop that off anyway. And then what you wanna do is, if you see all the excess sort of cartilage and bone area here, we're gonna flatten that. So it's surprisingly easy to do. You can just chop right through it with a knife, just like that. That's what you're looking for. And then yes, I'm afraid you're gonna have to. In fact, you can make some nice stock with this. You don't have to throw it away. But unfortunately, we have no plans to make stock. Then, to get the lollipop shape, go through the edge where the sort of flesh starts to form. And then just use your knife, trim all the way around. I would recommend you don't use your best knife for this. It might end up blunting the knife. Just find one that's a bit old, a bit, you don't really care about. That's why we're using this one. It's been here for a while. And then just the scissors can be used to sort of get through all this connective tissue. As you see, you can just cut right through. I'll show you the first one and then I'll just do it like a collage for the rest. Then when you've sort of detached everything nicely, you're just gonna peel away to the bottom, just like you see. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm peeling the excess flesh to the bottom of the bone until we get to here where there's the joint. And then at that point, again, the knife should go right through. Be careful with this, guys. It does slip and slide a lot. So yeah, you can literally just pull that off like that. And there you have it. Beautifully cleaned lollipop chicken. We still have a lot of our flesh, and there you go. The other thing, if you can't quite find the joint, you can, I don't know what's wrong with the chicken here in Britain, but you can use a knife to just get through the bone very easily. You can just cut right through it. You do need a bit of oomph, a bit of muscle, but you can cut through it. Strange, isn't it? The other tip I'll give, if you find that it's getting a little bit too slippy to getting your skin off, you can just use a bit of paper towel and you should have better grip to pull that off. When you find sort of connective tissue like this, you don't want to just pull, because it's usually attached to a bit of flesh. So you're gonna pull out bits of chicken and waste it. Just like you saw earlier. We don't wanna waste chicken. So just try and trim it. If your scissors are good enough, it should cut through, but you need fairly sharp scissors. Right, so that's how you lollipop your chicken. Now, on to the brining. We're gonna go with a dry brine. You can go with a wet brine if you wish, but we'll do a dry brine because it's less liquidy. We don't like it to be sort of oozing too much juice. If that's your thing, go for it. If it's not our thing. So all you need is equal parts salt. So I'm just gonna go with about 2 teaspoons of salt. That should be plenty. You're not gonna use all this, don't worry. And 2 teaspoons of sugar. So equal parts salt and sugar. Then grab your chicken, and then, give this a mix. Make sure it's all incorporated. Grab your chicken and then season it like you would normally, okay? Nothing excessive, nothing. Just make sure it's generously covered. And that's it. We're just gonna leave that on our baking tray. You can use another bowl, another plate if you wish, but I'm opting for the baking tray. I'm opting for the baking tray because it's less mess. Saves me washing up. Now the dry brine, it sort of pulls out the liquid and then it soaks back into the flesh, back into the meat. And that's a really nice way of making sure that there's nice seasoning going all the way through the meat, not just on the surface. So usually ideal is overnight, but we're gonna go with half an hour minimum. Okay, 1 hour minimum in the fridge, but half an hour for today's purposes should be fine. We're gonna have lots of flavor with our seasoning anyway, so don't worry too much. The other advantage of taking off the skin is that you can season the meat directly. Usually the skin would sort of be in the way of that, but now that we've removed the skin, we can get right on the meat, you know, more flavor. But yeah, we'll leave that for half an hour in the fridge and see you then. Okay, so it's been over 30 minutes. Our chicken has marinated nicely, or should I say brined nicely. It's not a marinade. Grab yourself a large bowl, put all your chicken in there. Right, we'll keep the seasoning nice and simple. The star of the show is your orange zest, your honey, and your olive oil. Okay, that's the star, but we'll get to that later. For now, let's add our base seasoning. You're gonna need 1 teaspoon of garlic granules, 1 teaspoon of onion granules, straight in. These two, for some reason, make everything taste incredible. Onion and garlic granules, whoo! If you're cooking without that, you're making a big mistake. You're missing out. Grab yourself some curry powder, 1 teaspoon in there. Again, this is not the star, so if it seems like I'm putting a little bit too little in there, it's on purpose, don't worry. 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. And then we like a bit of a fiery kick, so 1 teaspoon of ginger. You can use ginger puree if you want, but ground ginger works just as well. And then at this point, you have 2 options. You can either go with chicken stock powder or Maggi, or what they call it, Maggi crevette. This is basically like a shrimp stock paste. You have to go to like an international store to find it. If you're in the UK or maybe even America, you have to go to an international store. But it has such a great flavor. It basically replaces salt, similar to chicken stock powder. Because we brined this, I'm not gonna use the whole cube. I'm just gonna use about half of it, and it just breaks down into like a powder. You just have to press it. There we go, beautiful. Whoops. We'll go for about 2 tablespoons of oil. Be careful, the bones can be a bit sharp, so you don't want to hurt yourself here, guys, so do this carefully. There we go. Once you're happy that everything is beautifully incorporated, oh guys, this is going to be gorgeous. So now you want to get your baking tray, line them up like so. Doesn't matter too much. I don't know why I'm being so anal. I'm always being anal about things. It's weird, but doesn't matter. And now we're gonna put it in our oven at 180 degrees Celsius for about 25 minutes to half an hour. That should be fine for the first part. Okay, so now we're gonna be doing what makes this dish so special. You're gonna need a citrus. I'm going with an orange today, but you can use a lime or a lemon. As long as it's a citrus, you should get that nice citrusy flavor going through, no problem. We're just gonna zest it, put that in a small ramekin. So I've just got this, if you know those Goo desserts, we just saved this from them. We didn't buy it. And now grab yourself some honey. You want about 2 teaspoons of honey in here. Then I'm just gonna add 1 teaspoon of crushed chilies. You can add a little bit less if, you know, and then about half a teaspoon of salt. And that is it, guys. That is our lovely marinade glaze. But yeah, we're just gonna pour that on the chicken after it's done in there, and then we'll cook it further, and it's just gonna oh guys, you will see. Okay, it's been about half an hour. Let's check on our chicken. Oh guys, come see. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Oh my goodness, that looks brilliant. You can stop right here, do nothing else, and you will still have a great chicken. But of course, here on Gabe in the Kitchen, we maximize flavor. So the mixture we made earlier, we're just gonna drizzle as evenly as we can all over the chicken. There's more personal stuff on my Instagram. The link is in the description. You get to see what we do on our personal lives, as well as, you know, recipes, shorts that don't necessarily make it to YouTube. So it's worth following us on there. Back in they go. Again, 180 degrees for 10 minutes. Now it's worth noting, the chicken is cooked at this point. So you can do it for 5 minutes if you don't want to dry it out too much. But 10 minutes is fine. We like a bit of bite to our chicken. And again, it's gonna be juicy anyway. So 5 to 10 minutes, 180. You can even drop that down to 170, 165, and you'll have a great treat. And there we have it. Come closer. Beautiful chicken lollipops, Gabe style. Just looking at it, you can see how much flavor there is. Let's plate this up. Now this is definitely worth the effort, guys. It will impress anyone. If you want to show off to your partner, your family members, your friends, just go for it. You know, this will impress. I can promise you that. Ah, this is hot, hot, hot. Woo! And of course, you can finish that off with some of that beautiful glaze. Oh my goodness. And guys, remember, this is a lot healthier than southern fried chicken, whatever fried chicken you want to do. This is baked. There's not that much oil in here, and there's just a lot of flavor. The skin's taken off. Guys, there's just no reason why you're not going to make this. Please give it a go. It is beautiful. And there you have it, Gabe's citrus honey glazed chicken lollipops. I hope you guys try this and let me know how it goes for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll catch you in the next one. Also, don't forget our Instagram, guys. Give us a follow on Instagram. Thank you very much. Bye.